language, a form of communication to one human to another human in a written form. We have created this language in the form of squiggles. Each squiggle has a sound. Put together with other squiggles creates a longer sound, therefore a word. Those words go together and make sentences. And this, my friends, is how we communicate. Great, I'm on board with it. And so is every other dyslexic behind me. But then, for some weird reason, you guys don't keep it logical. You go off on one. Let me just run through it. You have 26 squiggles, each having a sound. But no, you then suddenly tell me, oh, every squiggle has like 2 sounds. So, okay, in the logical sense, the beginning of the word has the first sounding group, and then the second part of the word has the second sounding group. Cool, okay, first, second. No. So they swap about. Swap about? What, so it's just like guesswork to know which sound it's going to make? Yeah. So the way that you know this is by you have 5 top squiggles. 5 top squiggles. So those top 5 squiggles will affect other squiggles within the word. Right, how do they affect them? Oh, they just, they jump about over things. So it like affects this squiggle to sound like this, and then sometimes it affects this one. But sometimes it doesn't affect that one, but it only affects that one if it comes after another squiggle. But then that squiggle, if that's in front of that squiggle, then it doesn't really affect it. Okay, so the top 5 squiggles can at any point be in a word. Every word contains a top 5 squiggle. Right. And then that affects other squiggle sounds. Yeah. Oh, but like you can't just put all the squiggles together. They have to be in a specific order. Even if it just like, sounds similar. Yeah, it has to be very regimented of like, that one has to follow that one. Right, even though this, and yeah, no. But it sounds, no. But what if it, no. Has to be in the right order. Right, I've worked it out. I've worked out this game that you're trying to tell me. I just need to take this top 5 number 1 squiggle, put it at the end of every word, then that will affect it to sound like however you want it to sound like, and then I've got this. No, you can't just put it on the end. Why not? You said it. You said it's like this like magic one. No, and then there's like groups of squiggles, and then certain squiggles go in groups. Great, like they're teams. There's certain teams, like this team goes in this word, and then this team goes in this. Got it, teams. No, like no. They can split, or they can be in the same group team. So we have 26 squiggles with 52 sounds. Quick maths. 52 sounds at any point that they could change with any rotation of any dependent on any other squiggle that might or may not be in there, depending on these top 5, but also before, after, and through, and middles might be in there. Yeah. Oh right, but sometimes 2 squiggles sound the same, but we use the squiggle which sounds like the other squiggle, but we don't use that squiggle, we use this squiggle. So this squiggle sounds exactly like this squiggle, but yet we don't use that squiggle, we use this squiggle. But no. So we have this form of communication built on this sounds, but actually we don't actually use the sounds. It's completely potluck, depending on if it sounds like or doesn't sound like. Why it's not potluck, you just have to know. Oh, and then like we have like this thing called a silent squiggle. Silent, yeah. So the silent can go at the front of the word or can go in the middle of the word, but it's silent. Okay. So at any point I can just whack a squiggle on the front or whack a squiggle in the middle, and it's silent, it's fine. Great, all right, got this. No. Is there only like one special squiggle? No. And how do you know? Does it have like a woo, I'm silent? You just have to know. I have to know that that is a silent, even though it's at the beginning of a word. Yeah. Everyone okay with this? Like, really? Right, we had a basic way of being able to do this, and you have completely... You have made it so complicated. You have made this form of language, which is, it's like witchcraft. And yet us dyslexics are ridiculed for it. But it kind of makes sense that we've kind of got this all down if there was a logic. There isn't a logic, and don't even try and tell me that there is a logic, because there isn't. Every time you say something else, it contradicts something else. And every time you tell me one thing, it contradicts the other thing. Because you constantly be like, oh no, but, you know, but not in that case. It's just a memory game. But you've spelt it wrongly here, but you've spelt it in a different way this way. Well, yeah. I don't know how to spell it. It's not like we've created our own witchcraft against your witchcraft. We are constantly trying to guess at your game. And Spellcheck, those people in the world who think Spellcheck is our friend. Spellcheck is not a dyslexic's friend. I'm like there spelling, putting these, you know, letters and squiggles all in different, formulating in a very regimented way that you like to see it. Red line, no red line. Oh, there's a red line. Every time. Every time. And then the red line comes up and you're like, okay, let's click it. And then it gives you all these other words, which you can't read either. So it's the word that you can't read, which you have spelt. With all these other words, it is completely potluck if I choose the right one. More often than not, I send emails and texts with a completely different meaning. Slightly awkward, not gonna lie. If we have to guess what you're talking about, why can't you guess what we're talking about? Why do we judge people so hard on spelling and this weird way of communicating? See, language is like this main form of communication, and by law it must be this thing that we must judge each other upon it. And actually, your emotions and your energy and everything that you're giving off without words is far more truthful. Basically what I am saying is enjoy our weird and wonderful ways. We are on this desperate mission to try and use all your millions of rules in millions of weird ways that you love. And guess. Have fun guessing, because we guess the out of yours. Thank you so much.